again, because I've been told there's a special scene, I'm going to go ahead and save state. Huh. Oh. It has been a while since we last met. Okay. That man standing there greeted me in a quiet voice. The serenity of his voice constrained with that chaotic and noise-filled atmosphere of the arena. You don't seem surprised to see me. Is it not so? You defeated me, but I have returned because of the question I wish to ask you. Also, I will not be defeated by one such as you. I cannot allow myself to fall to one such as you. I don't quite understand what exactly is driving me, but it is those feelings that brought me here. What is he talking about? I understand hating the person that defeated you. That's only natural. But what question could possibly be so important? What is Julius trying to say? You don't understand. Of course. How could you? This is truly just too funny. Am I the only one who knows who and what you really are? Unlike a mere ghost such as yourself, I am alive. After I fell and became a ghost, while falling through the purgation created by Sarah, I fought to continue on. Right at the end, I saw the truth. As the moon cell began to tear me apart, I saw what you really were. As if the remnants of his sanity finally snapped, Julius suddenly lets out a roar of maniacal laughter. I know what that word is, I just can't pronounce it. In addition to the hatred and insanity reflected in his eyes, there was a sense of obligation and duty. Has the killer before me come back from the dead to fulfill his duty? That's exactly right. I couldn't accept the defeat at the hands of any other master but you. You being the one to defeat me is unacceptable. Whether this world lives or dies should be decided by us. Choices that will determine the fate of this world should be made by those living in the present, not by you. A relic of the past like you should not be allowed to influence what happens in the here and now. Blech. What did Julius just call me? A relic of the past? Am I not a pale imitation of someone's life, but I was never part of the present? That's correct. You are a reproduction of someone who lived 20 years before the world slid into stagnation. Then all those imageries that sometimes appear in my dreams is the last moments of her life, which ended decades ago. Correct. That is why I cannot allow you to defeat me. The changes that must be made in this era will need to be done by us. Leo, my brother, must be king. Or, that's it. That must be the reason. That's my one responsibility. That is what keeps me trapped here. But nothing matters. Please, put me out of my misery. Round 6 is already come and gone. One more person. One last victim. Once I kill you, my duty will be done. This is your final moment. Please, just let me kill you. The man hisses out of his command. For a moment, I'm violently dizzy. As my vision spins, I fall into a pit of darkness. You don't see much assassin-y. This explains in Last Encore why he's a berserker, though. A violent bestial howl tears through the air and sends a tremor running through the ground. That must be assassin. No, wait, he's different than before. That's the look of an insanity only belonging to a berserker. Master, there is something very wrong with Julius's left arm. My servant mumbled mysteriously under her breath. I see what he did. That's not his arm. He stole another master's arm and attached it to himself. Julius must have ambushed a great number of masters and killed them. He somehow managed to preserve one of his victims' arm and appropriated their command seal. I wonder which master's arm he stole. What if that arm belonged to the master of Beserker? It seems that servant also belongs to the Beserker class. A servant belonging to two classes? Intriguing. Yeah, it happens from time to time. You know, Semi-Rom is a good example. Most servants only have one class, but this one has the attributes of two. His power must be incredible. I can't believe that this servant's mind and body have been able to endure this outrageous injustice. I need neither rational thought nor coherent memories. Everything comes to an end now. Now burn to ash. Alright, so here's the thing. Okay, so we do still have E. I don't know how we're actually gonna guard here. We're gonna guard on all these. Or, I'll tell you what, I know what we can do. We can shock them here. And attack, guard. Guard again? Guard. Break attack. We're gonna try not to use Thrice Setting Sun. Wow, I timed that perfectly. At least we get to jam out to this music. We're gonna go ahead and stop that, that's for sure. Guard. Sorry, attack. Guard, break. I bet he's going to do that thing again, so I'm going to do that. Attack, break, guard. Ow. Oh, I know why. I forgot. Oops. You can only do that once. Alright, well, we lost there because I forgot that you can only use one skill per thing. Ha ha ha. It will not happen. I will not lose to you. I suffered through hell itself. My consciousness was ripped from me. In death, I know what it means to live. Once I defeat you, everything will come to an end. My suffering will be over. In his crazed voice tinged with sorrow, as I realize this, a rushing noise reaches my ear. I am forcibly drawn into a violent maelstrom. My body feels like a piece of paper fluttering in the wind. As I start to black out, I am shocked by what I see. Is Julius actually crying? I'm actually kind of glad we got that data in. Because that kind of brings up some backstory. Alright, so we know it's Julius. Good thing I had that save state there. It's been a while. Yep. You know what's great about being on a totally legit PSP? The totally legit speed up button. Alright, so now then. I don't remember what he did here. I'm gonna just shock, attack. Oh boy. I'm gonna assume he's doing that. Okay, break, guard, thunderous applause, break, attack. Alright, so we're gonna actually shock this time and attack. Guard, attack, guard, attack, break. I probably should set up the rest of this just in case. Nah, we've got this. That was a weird, creepy laugh at the end. Very weird, creepy laugh. Yes, that. That exactly. With a ground-shaking roar of bestial rage, the once ferocious martial artist disappeared into the sky. Li Xuan, considered by many to be one of the greatest masters in history of Baijiquan, though he dedicated his life to martial arts, he was undone by the karma his acts of violence demanded. Julius's normal refined features contort as the command seal on the back of his hand glows deep red. Unable to withstand the pain that's surging through his body, Julius hunches over. I can barely watch as he writhes in pain. It's too late to help Julius. Or it's too late to help. Julius's command spells, seals, whatever you want to call them, disappear one by one as his body collapses upon itself. I cannot bring myself to strike the finishing blow, despite the fact that he tried to kill me many times over. I cannot kill him as he is now. The person from who this body of mine is copied from might have lived their life much like he did. His eyes slowly open. So this is the end. Julius breathes in deep. There is no longer the madness of bloodlust tinging in his eyes. The serenity in your eyes, though I cannot understand why, you actually have some pity for me. As his shoulders move in time with the labored breathing, Julius looks up into the sky of this emptied world, covered by the waters of a virtual sea. Remember the question you asked me from before the elimination battle? Why do you kill? You were right, you know. It's exactly what you guessed. The Holy Grail, the Harways, none of that ever really mattered. When I was young, only one person ever showed me love. Me, who had never been loved before. No one can live without love. Not even someone like me, whose life had no value otherwise. There was a woman who taught me that my life had value. She died without any warning. It was so sudden. In order to secure Leo's inheritance, her family had her assassinated. Her final request to her killer was that they protect Leo, my brother. I can no longer clearly remember the exact events. Looking back on it, the whole incident seemed so surreal. I liken it to be badly made movie, poorly made, laughably acted, and genuinely done in poor taste. Julius isn't looking my way. He is now deep in his memories. But since then, my purpose was clear. I would work to grant her final wish, and then join her in death. People began to despise me, like I was an evil spirit whose hands were forever tainted with blood. But I couldn't accept that, because in trying to grant her wish, I had a motivation in life. But you, while destroying my cause, you didn't finish me off. Why? Okay, I'm assuming this is the choice point that was talked about earlier. So we're going to go ahead and not stop. Save state. It seems like you wanted to be saved. I've been more awed by Julius than any other opponent. But inside his ferocity lay a deep melancholy. Behind his frozen gaze, I sensed a man crying out for a rescue, like a helpless infant. I just wanted someone to rescue me. Maybe I did. Julius cast his eyes down. I feel like I've been lost in the darkness, alone, ever since birth, never considering that there might be hope or another path. My whole life, been an insect, desperately drawn to a single light far ahead of me, but maybe my life wasn't all that bad. It's bright here. If I could be born one more time, I may live the same way again. Even if my dark journey ends in pain, it means that everything to see lied at the end of path. A yellow light can be seen reflected off the eyes of Julius's raised head. Maybe he's seeing the only person who can truly save him. I can only hope that that's the case. I'm sad that I'm powerless to do anything for him myself. Hakuno, you are crying for me. I had forgotten the beauty such a gesture can hold. No, don't shed tears for me. Before his finger reaches my cheek to wipe away the tear, it melts away into thin air. It's time. My heart cringes as his hands and his feet lose color and become translucent as teardrops. And then With a faint smile spreading across his lips, Julius disappears without a trace. Alright, so... Alright, we're going to use the special skill of Bats the Dusto and go back in time real quick. I wanted to understand you. Understand me. Julius's words are quiet as his eyes flicker open. His eyes have always had a lonely, lifeless cast to them. His face never shows expression. But after watching him reach his limit of pain several times over, somewhere deep within that fervor, I uncover my enchantment with this steely killer. This is the first time anyone has ever said that. Those who come near me either hold me in contempt while using me like a chained dog, or they cower. But you, yes, you look at me straight on, unflinchingly. No matter the depths of darkness and despair surrounding you, your eyes flash with determination. I wish I had such a strong will. I envy that about you. He raises his right hand toward me. Is it odd to pity myself for the contemptible life that has been lived without a single companion? Julius glances away as if in embarrassment when I take his hand in mine. It's time. I am sorry for making you stay through these moments with a man such as me. Huh. Interesting. Suddenly, his hands and feet turn translucent, seem to dissolve in the air, almost like a teardrop. It's almost like we relived this moment just a second ago. I kind of like the first one better, though, gonna be honest. So, I guess we exit the dungeon now. Return to campus, leaving now will end your day. Save. You dealt splendidly with that specter we fought in the arena. In fact, I am more unnerved that we have not yet encountered our opponent in the arena. I don't believe that the Princeling would plot anything nefarious, but one can never be too cautious. Huh. Nothing there. Still. Alright. Save our progress. Save. So I think that's where we're going to call it for this week. All in all, week 7 starting out pretty good. Interesting. Didn't expect Julius. When I saw the red lines, I was fully expecting Lu Bu type thing, or somehow Angramanyu shimmied his way into this game. You never know. He has a way to work his magic. So next week, we will go ahead and start. I guess day 2. I really expected us to get through a few days. I didn't expect that long of a scene. I don't know how long. Like I said, week 7 is. We're going to try to push through it, and hopefully, I definitely want to be done with this game by the end of this month. I don't expect it to take us to the end of this month, but you never know. But that's going to do it for this week, and like I said, we'll be back next week with more Fate Extra. Let me know if you guys like the tier list thing. Obviously, that'll be up by this, and what should also be up is the newest game we're streaming, because we had finished Raza. And I'm not going to say what it is just in case I decide to farm Fate on stream instead of playing it. So that's going to do it for this time. Next week, we'll start day 2. Hopefully manage to get at least to day 3, but we'll see. And I'm going to catch you guys next time.